Okay, we are live. So, hello everyone. I am Sanjay Gupta. I welcome you on Skill Horizon official YouTube channel. And today we are having one more episode for the Dev Breakdown. And the idea behind this series is we invite developer and architects from the Salesforce ecosystem so that they can share knowledge with you. So today's guest is Ujjawal. So welcome Ujjawal on the platform. So Ujjwal is associated with Bot Consulting and he's working as an architect there. So he will be talking about how we can utilize approval process with flows. So it will be a very interesting session for you. So Ujjwal, if you want to say something to the audience, I think this is
Yeah,
your first YouTube live.
yeah, definitely. So first of all, thank you, Sanjay sir, for having me on this channel. And so myself, Ujjwal Kumar, and I work in BOT Consulting as a Salesforce architect. And if I talk about my experience, I do have around 9 years of experience in IT and all in Salesforce. And I like to architect things. So I'm more passionate about architecting system and solution on Salesforce. So this is it from my end.
Okay, thank you as well for introducing yourself. So I think we can move forward. So just wanted to give you a brief idea about this series. So if you can go to next slide as well. Yeah, so in this series, like as every week I share with you, like we are inviting developers and architects from the Salesforce ecosystem so that they can talk about some technical things. And this is not just a tech talk. So resources, those who are working on the projects, they have real knowledge. And if we invite them on the channel, so they can share like how those Salesforce features can be used in the projects. Okay, so it is not just a talk, it is like some demonstration for the real features which are already available with Salesforce platform. So every Thursday it is happening at 8 p.m. IST. Due to some reason we preponed it to 6:30 p.m. IST. So that's why this is happening early today. Okay, after that I just want to tell something about Skill Horizon to you. So on next slide, Skill Horizon is basically partner to Salesforce Trailblazer. Ujjwal, if you can move to the next slide. Yeah, so if you or anybody in your circle wants to upskill, you want to become job ready, so we are dedicatedly working on that. So you can visit the website and you can know all about the job readiness program that we are running. Okay, so on the next slide you will see we have 3 steps learning process. Like we focus on the concepts, we focus on the hands-on exercises and the projects that those are similar to the real-time projects. So with the help of that you will be learning all those things. And if you want to follow us, so on next slide you will be having the QR codes that you can scan. So this way you can follow us. Now this is all about us and Skill Horizon. Now let's start with the knowledge sharing. So now I hand over platform to Ujjwal. So he will be just explaining the concept theoretically, and then he has lots of things for you to demonstrate. So over to you, Ujjwal.
Yeah, thanks, Sanjay. Sure. So in today's session, I would like to talk about this flow approval process. So if anyone who is working on Salesforce and if they have some experience on Salesforce, they might have know that what approval process is. So we go in Salesforce setup, write approval process, and we can create approval process as per the object. For example, suppose if we are creating any expense, and that expense has to be submitted to our manager for approval. So for that one, we can write some series of a step based on some entry criteria that approval process will run. But that was a classical approval process. So in this Salesforce release, Salesforce introduced a brand new concept called flow approval process. So what is this flow approval process? This is similar to our approval process, classical approval process, but it will give us a lot more control over what we can do. That we can control each stage, we can control the steps and all those things, and it will give us a lot more visibility. If we are using this one, and it will make us the steps very easier. So if we talk about this flow approval process. So it is of two types. Salesforce had introduced it, so you will have it in two types. One would be the auto launched, another would be record trigger. So what is auto launched is, so auto launched, it does not requires any like triggering. Suppose if you are triggering updating any record, so it will not trigger. It will be triggered. Suppose if we have to trigger it via any action. If suppose we have to create trigger it via quick action, like everyone might have seen this, like on record we see that submit for approval button, right? So for that object, if any approval process exists, we can add that submit for approval button there, and user can click and that record automatically gets submitted for the approval. So similarly, Salesforce has provided this auto launch so that we can use that functionality. And other one is record trigger. So as the name suggests, whenever the record will be updated, so the user will have the control to submit that record as a for approval. And if we talk about building blocks, so flow approval process has three main building blocks. One is called a stage, second is a step, and other third is decision element. So if we talk about a stage is nothing but the combination of steps. Okay. So and as per the name of decision elements, we can take decision based on the we can apply some condition in order to how that approval should flow in our system. So let me if we talk about the step, there are two steps. When might be this looks more theoretical, but when we will show you the actual demo, then it will be more clear. So for now, approval step is of two types. There are two type of step. One is called approval step and second is called background step. So approval step is used, suppose if we are submitting any record for approval, and suppose finance team has to take action on it. So for that one, we will use approval step. And suppose we have an opportunity and we have a field called approval status. So in order to know the status of that particular record, so if suppose we have defined pending, approved, rejected, right? So suppose we are submitting any record, so we have to mark that status to pending. So for that one, we can define background step to update anything onto the record. So background step this is an example. Using the background step, you can send some email. Using the background step, you can send some message like notification on Slack and all those things we can do using the background step. So let me move to the next slide. So this is just the consideration similar to the flow, like you can have up to 50 inactive or active version of the flow. And we can say that this is an free and it does not consume any credit. So it is free for us. So we can move from classical approval process to flow approval process very easily. So now if we talked about the use cases, so what I will do is I will create an approval process, flow approval process, and show how this works. So for that one, suppose if we take an example, suppose if an opportunity amount is changed, we have to submit that record automatically to the finance. So let me show this one. So let me open my org. So we can see I am logged in my org, okay, and I have created this trial Slack org. So what I will do is I will send a message using that background step onto here, and I will show you how we can achieve that. So I have created this approval status field on opportunity, and it has pending approval and rejected value. Okay, so let's go to flow now. So I'm going to flows. So first what I will do is I will first create two auto launched flow, one to update the opportunity record and one to send the message to the Slack. Then we will move to the actual approval process. So we will know because we will utilize that two particular flow into our background step. So let me quickly create that. So let me go to new flow. Launched. So one is, first of all, I will create this. I'm creating a variable. This name would be approval status. This is text, and it will be available for input. Then I will again create a new variable. I will name it opportunity record. And the type would be record, and this will also be available as input. Then I will add an update element. And I will update the approval status to the variable that approval status. So I think it is clear till now. So what I did is I created two variables. One is called approval status that will be available as an input, and one is called opportunity record that will also be available as an input. So opportunity record will hold the opportunity record which is triggering the record, and approval status, whatever approval status we will this auto launch flow will get. And what I did is I created added an update element to update the approval status based on the approval status of this particular record. Okay. So this will work. So let me save it. So let me save a demo. This is saved. Okay, let me activate it. So this is for updating the record. Now I will create one more auto launched flow that will be used for sending the Slack notification. So in this one also I will create two variables. Only one variable will be required. Opportunity record. Okay, so I have created an opportunity record. Now I will add an action. And for sending the message to the Slack, you can select Slack. So send.
I think send Slack message.
Yes, send Slack messages.
Yeah.
So this is so it will ask for the send approval request. Okay. So you see these are the parameters, right? So it is asking for the Slack app. So if I talk about a little bit about this one, so in order to send any notification to Slack, you will have to first enable your org for Slack, and you will have to install this Slack Salesforce for Slack app. So in that way, the both, since if you will go here and go on this manage org connection, so you will see this particular Slack is connected to my org, and you can connect as many org, like you can connect your sandbox, you can connect your production as well. So since this is so you can see I am getting this particular app Slack app Salesforce for Slack, because this org is connected to my trial Slack org, and I am getting this Salesforce for Slack. So similarly,
it will come automatically here if it is.
It will come automatically. You can give the ID as well. Okay. If you select resource, it will ask for your ID.
Right.
So you can hard code ID, or you can just since it is connected, it will show you all the Salesforce related app that is already installed into your Slack workspace.
Right.
So I'm selecting it again. it will suggest you the workspace. Suppose if you have connected this particular org to multiple workspace, so it will show that way. So see, we are seeing this Slack trial org. So if you will see the name of my Slack workspace, Slack trial org, that's why it is appearing it here. Okay. Now we have to execute action as, so we will execute as Slack app, and we can choose, suppose if we are if you want to send this message, whoever is running this flow, so you can select. So for now, I will select Slack app. This Slack conversation ID is nothing but the channel. So suppose this is Ujjawal Kumar, I can go here. So at the bottom, you see I have a channel ID. So this is my individual channel ID. So in Slack, every channel, group or individual has a unique channel ID that we need to provide. So for now, what I will do is I will send notification on this particular channel. So suppose in real time scenario, so what is happening is, might be if the organization is using Slack, so might be if you are sending some approval on to the finance, so might be the finance has a channel. So it's better to send that notification to the channel, so that everyone concerned person should be available. Okay, what request has come through, so that anyone can check and can act accordingly. So I will send this onto this channel. So let me copy the channel ID. So for that one, you go on to the channel, go to the downside. You will get this channel ID. Just copy it, and you will have to put it into this Slack conversation ID. So I'm putting it. Now you have to define the message. So that what message you want to send. Okay. So for that one, what I will do is I will create a variable, not a variable. We will create a formula. Okay. So I am selecting formula, selected as Slack, name it anything. I'm naming it Slack approval message. Data type would be sorry, we don't have to create the formula. We will have to create the variable. Sorry for that. So we will select a variable. I think this should be text.
Yeah, text is on top.
No, not text template. I have to select. Just wait. Sorry.
Okay.
There is new resource that we have to select. Resource type. Yeah, sorry. We do have to create a text template. So we will select text template. We will name the value, API name of this particular. So I'm naming it message, Slack message. And now we can define. So suppose I am writing, so it has to, let me convert it to the plain text. So I'm just writing a opportunity record has been submitted for approval. So let me write the description of the opportunity. So for description, so we can select the resource. So we have this, we are getting this opportunity record dot, I'm selecting description. Similarly, I will show the amount. Opportunity record dot amount. Okay, so I am just showing you that you can merge the field from the record you want to share onto the Slack. You can add, like you can create some link. You can create the link to record where user can click and directly log into the Salesforce and they can see. So now this is configured. So you see the Slack message I added, and you can include the record ID. So I am adding this opportunity ID from that variable. Opportunity record dot. Yeah. So now this is done. Let me save demo Slack notification. Save. Let me activate it. So now we have set up two things. One is Slack notification and one is the record triggered auto launch, auto launch flow for updating the opportunity. Now we will create our this flow approval process.
So till now we have created only two flows, right? Both are
Yeah,
auto
two
launch.
flow. That will be we will be utilizing into our this flow.
Okay.
Flow approval process. So you can search here approval. So you see we are getting two options: auto launched flow approval process and record trigger flow approval process. So we can create auto launch but in order to trigger this, we will have to create a button. Then we will click and then this particular flow will launch. So we will go with this one because our use case is whenever the amount will be changed, we will send this particular opportunity record for approval to finance.
Right.
So let me create it. And yeah. So let me create, so this will be run on opportunity.
Okay,
When record, this will be done when a record is updated.
And this particular flow, like since it is a record triggered flow, but it is specifically for approval process, right?
Yes, this is for approval process. You cannot add like any
other
update.
Right.
You can only add a stage, decision, and a step.
Okay.
And you can only add a recall path. Other flow elements will not be available here.
Right.
Yeah. So when a record is updated, so see, and here we can add a recall path. So if you have used approval process, suppose I have submitted any approval, expense for approval, and later on I understood, okay, might be I have submitted the wrong file, wrong amount. So the user can go and recall that approval process, right? So for that one, they have also added this part that if user is recalling that process, so what action you need to take. So we can add this as well. Apart from, so let me add. So first of all, what I will do is I will add a decision element to check whether the amount is changed or not. So I am adding this one to just restrict that this flow approval process should not run every time when the user is updating the irrelevant field as well. So for that one, I will use prior, record prior. So just checking the old map and new map here. Does not equal new map. That is the triggering record. Okay. Now, if amount is getting changed, so we will submit it for approval. So for adding that one, we will have to first add a stage. So I am adding a stage. So submit for approval to finance. So it has options. When all steps have been marked completed, the stage is marked completed. So there are three options like, so suppose if you want to specify any criteria, okay, if this criteria is met, then this stage would be marked completed. When the specified evaluation, if you have added some approval evaluation process, so if that will get evaluated, then this, so there are three options which we can select. For right now, I am selecting when all the steps within this stage will be completed, this particular stage will be marked completed. Okay. So I'm choosing this first one. So now a stage is set up. Now we can add the step. So when the record would be submitted for approval, so what a step should happen is the opportunity record approval steps should be set to pending. First of all, that means we have send it for approval, right? So I will first add I have explained you there are two type of step. One is called approval step. One is called background step. So I will add first background step to update approval status to to pending. So for that one, when the stage starts, the step start, that means when the record will be enter into a stage. So this will be the first step we have to do. So we have to start this step, and what action we will add. So we have created our demo opportunity update. So we will pass value pending, and we will pass the triggering record. Okay. So now, whenever the record will be entered into this stage, the status of the record will be set to pending. The next step would be, what we will do is, we will send a notification to that particular group. So for that one also, first we will add a background step. We can say send Slack notification. So here we can see, select when to start the step. So it is the first default one is when the stage starts, the step starts. But the user have the ability to choose. If suppose which step is completed, then we have to execute this particular step. So what I will choose, when another step is marked complete, the step should start. So which another step? So I want when this background step update approval status is pending is done, then this step should start. And what would be the action? The action would be demo Slack notification. And we can add our opportunity record. So this one. So I have included. Now, two things have happened. The record approval status has set to pending. The finance team has been notified that, okay, this record has been submitted for approval. Now, the time has come. Now we will assign approver to this particular record. So in order to assign the approver, we will have to write an approval step. So I will add an approval step and name it assign approver. So when the stage starts, the steps starts. We can choose it, but I want to choose it when the another step is marked complete. The step starts, and when should it happen? When approval state is set to pending. And what would be the action? So here in action, what we can do is, since approver is getting assigned here, we have to select a screen flow. So we can create our custom screen flow as well, but the Salesforce has already provided this submit approval. If we search for approval, review request process approval submission. So you see, we can also check what kind of this screen flow is. So this is just an start. I think I choose the wrong one. Let me select the correct one.
So pre-built flow will be added here, right?
Yeah, pre-built field, or you can create your own screen flow, or you can use here.
Okay.
Like suppose you want to give a UI to a user where user will see the action, approve, reject, comment, and he can also see what other approval record has been assigned to him. So you can create such type of UI to enhance the user experience. But Salesforce has provided a generic one just to give approve, reject, and comment.
Right.
So just forget the name. Just let me search. I think this one. This is the name of that one. Approval. Evaluate approval request. I think this one. Yeah, this one. So you can see this would be the component approve, reject. Suppose if you want like, okay, this is the component, but I want to show other opportunity that has been assigned to that user in order to review that, we can do that. We can customize it as it is.
Okay.
Okay. And see, in classical approval process, you cannot, I think, notify to group queue, but here you in flow approval process, you can notify to group as well. So I'm selecting as group, and I have created a group called finance. So I am selecting this. A record ID would be submit for approval to the record ID would be the triggering opportunity ID. So here there is two options. Either you can lock the record, you can keep or you can unlock the record. So for now you can choose anything. whenever the record is getting submitted, so you want to lock it, but in record triggered, we should like suppose the amount is getting changed, the finance should be notified, but the sales rep should keep acting onto that opportunity for that one. We should not lock that. This is based on the business scenario, how we want to proceed. So you can either lock the record or you can keep it on lock. So for now, I am keeping it on lock. And this will be done. So now let me save it and name it opportunity after amount update, submit for approval. So we see this, this is the warning. So if we are using any, if you are using queue or group, so this flow approval process cannot be packaged. So we can ignore this warning. Let me activate this one. So now we have set up our approval process. So now we have to set up that UI that we have seen. So let me go to the opportunity. Any opportunity, let me open. Sales.
So can we also discuss like how these flows will be running, like which one? So I think record triggered flow approval process will initiate the process, right?
Yeah, approval process will initiate the process. So now what I will do is I will add that component here. So suppose any record is getting submitted for approval. So there should be a way to either approve or reject the user by the user, right? So for that one, I will add a component.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me add. So let me edit this. I'm editing this page. So the component is in work. This is the flow orchestration work guide.
Okay.
Let me drop here. Yeah. So you can, there is hide work guide, like hide work guide when empty. So this is, this check should be selected. Suppose if I do not have any record to approve, so I will not be able to see this or this particular component. And I will add one more in order to show the approval history. I will create a new tab and let me create. Let me name it approval history. That is called approval trace. So going to this tab, I will add this approval trace component. So one component of approval work guide that is used for giving a user an interface to approve or reject the record. And this is approval work item is the list of approval history. So how many times the approval, this record go on into approval when it gets rejected, just to track that one. So let me save.
Yeah, I think it is similar in classic approval process. We have the related list that comes automatically.
That come automatically. So Salesforce has now given a component to drag and drop it.
And one more thing, that work guide. So it will be showing that screen flow where we have that approve reject button or something else.
Yeah, that will show that one.
Okay, and it will come automatically here.
Yeah, it will. Whenever suppose I have, if I am the approver, I will only be able to see this component.
Okay.
Let me go back and check. So you can see this since I know there is no approval work item and this component is not visible.
Right.
So, but when I will change the amount, this should work. Let me change the amount to something else. See, I have got a notification. An opportunity record has been submitted for approval. I think the description is blank. That's why it is not showing any description amount. I have just updated. And for sec, I can show you if let me open my inspector. So all data. Now go to approval status. So see, this gets updated to pending.
Right.
Yeah. now let me refresh. I should see that particular. See this, since I am added myself into that group, I am able to see this one. So either I can approve or reject, and when you will go into approval work item C, this is assigned to finance. And if suppose I approve this, okay, one step get missed into that one. So there should be another background step in order to, when I finish this, when I approve, the record set get updated to approved as well.
Right.
So let me quickly, or we can, let me finish.
So it will be approved, but that field will not be approved.
No, yeah, that field will not get updated. Yeah, see, that component have gone out. In approval stage, there should be, see, it has been reviewed by me and it has been approved. So in order to update that approval status, we will have to add one more background step. Once this decision has been approved, we should add that decision. So I think this is it for a flow approval process. And if you have any question, you can ask.
Yeah, so one thing, like, can we open that record triggered approval flow once again? So
Yes,
just want to reiterate, here we also call the auto launch flow, right?
Yeah, 2 auto launch flow that is required. 1 auto launch flow is required if you want to update any record. So that we cannot do here. So we will have to create auto launch flow, and help of background step we can call that, and we can achieve our functionality.
So in this first background step, we are using that auto launch flow.
Yeah, auto launch for updating the record to status from null to pending.
Right, and in second background step, we are using the another auto launch flow, which is sending notification to Slack.
Notification to Slack.
Right.
Yeah.
And that approval step is
then we are
the screen flow.
Yeah, that is here we are assigning the approval.
Right. So you are saying after that we need one more step, and that will be using another auto launch flow to update.
Yeah. Same. I can add another step, like ground step. I selected. Update. I name it update user decision. Okay.
Right.
And the action name will be demo opportunity update. And approval status would be, we can select, this is the stage, approval stage. Then we will go to this one, send, assign approver. So how we will know that whether the user has approved or rejected? So we do have this approval step, assign approver. When we will navigate to assign approval, we will have outputs.
Okay.
In outputs, we will go and we can check approval decision. Whether it is approved or rejected, we will select this one. So now it will come now, and we will have to pass this opportunity record just.
And we will. Yeah, this demo opportunity update is actually auto launch flow.
Yes, this is an auto launch flow that we created to update the record, opportunity record. Let me save it.
Yeah, that same flow we are using in 2 different steps.
Yeah, 2 different. So you can utilize this multiple types. That is a generic step that we have used for updating there might be scenario you based on flag, you may update some other fields onto the opportunity. You can use that. Let me activate it. Now let me make this blank once again. Save. And let me again change the amount. So now again the approval request has been sent, and I should get a notification.
Yes.
See, I got a notification. Or if we will check. Approval status is still pending. I think I missed something I think some miss has happened. Okay, because I have not choose. When the stage starts, we should, because the decision is blank for that time. That's why when another step is marked completed, I should start. So when should I start? When this assign approval step is completed.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it should work. Let me approve or reject this, otherwise. Maybe change the amount. Yeah, I get the notification. Let me refresh. It should set to pending.
Yes, now.
Yeah, we can see it's pending. Now let me approve it. I can add the comment as well. Yes. Okay. Now it should set to
approved.
Yeah. Yeah. See?
It is working. Yeah. Okay.
So
So
this is how it works.
yeah, I think this is very interesting feature, and the classic version is having very like minimal feature, but here like we can add screen flow and auto launch flow, the combination we can do. So I think this is a great demonstration. So thank you Ujjwal for sharing this knowledge with the community. I hope many people will get to know like we have another option through flow also, we can just set up the approval process.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is one question Vinay is asking, can we send email to multiple users instead of channels at a time by using multiple IDs?
For that one, we can create similar group, right? So what would happen if you see here? So I am sending it to the channel, right? But when approver will be assigned, so it will automatically notify that user.
Okay.
When you will see this, here is the option. There would be some Salesforce generated email will be sent to the group, but you can customize it.
Okay.
If you want a customized email, you can customize it here.
Right.
You can have a subject, you can have your body similar to create a text template, and you can append anything there. So that we have. But for in order to set this one setting is required. That is, you will have to go into your process automation setting. Just give me a second. So there is a setting called process automation setting.
Yeah, I think it is at the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, this is process automation setting. So you should have this automated process user email address. Right. Otherwise, it will not be triggered. So for that one, I have created my own BOT this email and verified it. So you should have an org-wide email address, and that email should be added here. And there is this approval process is also act like in process approval process. We do have a setting like if we send the email, and if suppose I am the approver, if I write approve reject on the email, the record will automatically get approved or rejected. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, thank you Ujjwal for sharing all the knowledge with the community, and I'm happy like this was your first YouTube live, and maybe if you learn something new, so we will have more sessions. Yeah, definitely. And thanks Sanjay sir for having me here. Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for joining this session live. Thanks everyone. Bye. Yeah, bye Ujjwal.